So you want to test a product or a brand, but you don't want to go ahead and invest all the money into, getting the inventory and all these sorts of things. Like, what's the best way to test, and how much money should you kind of allocate to testing? I first got into digital marketing, internet money, all that stuff through this book, 4 Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I know for a lot of folks in the digital marketing and the the remote work, nomadic lifestyle, internet money kind of worldview, this was either the reason why they were exposed to it, or it was like a major kind of inflection point in their careers after they read this book. But one of the things that Tim Ferriss talks about inside of this book is testing ideas and a great framework for testing ideas. I think so. This book was written like 2005, 2007. It's been updated a couple times, so I'm going to kind of share with you what's still true about his process, from the book, and then how I would kind of modify it for today for some other things. So one of the first things that he talks about is like using Google Ads to test different brand concepts. And so basically what he's doing is like he's coming with a bunch of different headlines. He knows keywords that people are already searching for, search terms that people are already looking for in a particular space that he is interested in starting a business in. And then he's allocating anywhere from $250 to $1,000 to run Google Ads just to see what the click-throughs would be on different offers, different headlines, and then on the actual product page or the offer page, seeing what the conversion rate would be if someone were to add to cart, go to checkout, fill out the credit card form, hit complete checkout. And basically what they get met with there is, hey, we're actually out of stock, or this product isn't ready yet, or you accept the payment and then you refund them immediately. And then the last option, which can get tricky from like a legality perspective, if you do it incorrectly, is actually just taking that money as pre-order for whatever you're trying to build. So there are a bunch of different ways there, but again, like $250 to $1,000 to test that using Google Ads is a great way to get started. Now, one of the key things that I'll call out there is that is essentially demand capture. People are already searching for this type of product. And you're basically giving them like an adjacent version to it, or a version of it that's better, or they have this problem and they're already aware of the problem and you're providing them with a solution. Now, some problems you don't have, you're not solution aware yet, like or even problem aware yet, right? So those are the types of products and brands that tend to rely more on demand generation. So when you look at Google as like your demand harvesting, there's already demand there. You're just capturing it, right? Demand capture is another way to say it. Your demand generation, that's what's happening on your social channels, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, etc. So if you're going into a product category, you have a concept for a product that will actually require a little bit more demand generation, you want to test on those social channels. With demand generation, one of the things you want to do is you want to get like a proof of concept together. Like maybe it's a mock-up of your product, and then you build out some creative, like some videos, some TikToks. You build out some videos of how it could be used. Some concepts, maybe some 3D renders. Maybe you can use AI to generate some of these mock-ups, whatever. But you're gonna have to invest a little bit more, at least like in creating the illusion that you have something to test. And then you can work the same backend landing page where you can capture, emails, but also if you can validate with, someone actually trying to check out, that's like the biggest source of validation. So it just depends on what kind of product it is that you're trying to test. For example, if you're trying to test like a new like apparel concept and it's really just like the market that you're speaking to, you can use print on demand services. You can spend $1,000 running ads. You can get a product for free, not for free, but you can get a product basically at cost, made print on demand. So you're not investing in like a ton of inventory up front if it's a print on demand tool, or if it's something more specialized. Like for example, what Oliver from Tabs Chocolate did. For those of you who aren't aware what Tabs is like a sex chocolate. It's like these 2 squares. You break it off, you share one with your partner. You get some kind of pre-fun boosts in some different ways. But that's a completely bespoke product. It's like he's putting a bunch of different ideas together, he had to go out and invest a little bit more in the proof of concept. So getting samples made, creating like a real version of the box that's mocked up that looks like the real thing, and then hiring some creators to actually go out and make content for it to kind of prove out the concept. He was probably piggybacking off of other brands that were already killing it in the space, and then he just had his spin on it. So maybe the validation wasn't necessarily that you are the one making the sales. Maybe it's other businesses that are similar to you enough are actually the ones making the sales, and then you're just adding the spin that based on marketers' intuition, research, etc., is going to crush. So I would budget at least $250 to $1,000 at the very beginning just to test concepts. If you don't have some other preconceived set of validation, for example, for me, I'm really interested in supplements. Supplements is a very well validated category. I know the specific things that I would need to improve or create in a unique way to be able to be competitive in the space. I don't need anyone to validate it. I need someone to validate my specific activation. It starts with the product innovation and then like the branding and like the wrapper around it. I know the specific things I need to do because I've been in the space, I work in the space, I see the competition on a daily basis, etc. So I've got that kind of like preconceived validation, so to speak. But if you're completely new to the game, definitely get a copy for our work week, read about how Tim Ferriss would test a product. That's exactly what I would do. I would try to start with something where you can do demand capture, demand harvesting on the Google ad side. So you can kind of get a sense of building an offer and like taking someone who is problem aware, maybe solution aware, but at least problem aware, which is like the best type of customer. Because you just have to sell them on your specific solution. Like maybe they're evaluating the whole field. If they are already solution aware, then you have to like really work hard at explaining like why you're better than the rest of the competition. So like problem aware is like, you can just be like, hey, I know what problem you're having. You can really speak to that. You can just say, I've got the solution for you. Just buy this right now. Don't worry about anything else, right? It's a little faster, I think, in my mind. The conversion cycle closes down. It's a lot shorter. This is a very long video on how I would think about product testing. Hope this helps.